welcome to what is apparently my YouTube channel. I just wanted to make a video to go over what type of content you can expect and just introduce myself a little bit so you can decide whether or not this is even a channel you want to pay attention to. My name is Madison. I currently live in Missouri with my husband and my 3 kids. I've been with my husband for 17 years. That's right, since I was 17. And we have, like I said, 3 kids, Lucy, Sam, and Jack, and they're all super cool. We currently live in rural Missouri, but I'm born and raised Oklahoma, so I'm an Okie at heart. I don't know if you can tell that from my accent or not. I don't really know how much of an accent I have. Accents are so fascinating to me because I always feel like no one really knows they have an accent until like they're around other people. So yeah, that's just Midwest. I've lived in Missouri for about 6 years. I lived in Kansas before that, and then Oklahoma years, 0 through 17. So anyway, I'm Midwest as all get out. A little bit about myself. For a living, what I do is I sell Young Living essential oils. I educate people about how to use essential oils, what they are, why they work, and just holistic wellness in general. I'm also I love crystals and all kinds of like weird hippie shit. So quirky is the word we're going to use. This is my favorite sweater. I'm a huge nerd. The majority of the books I read are adult fantasy. Someone called this my Wheel of Time chimney, and that just makes me so happy. So yes, I read a lot of books. I'm gonna get to it here in a minute, but my main source of consuming books is audiobooks. So adult fantasy is my genre of choice, although last year I did read some horror and some sci-fi, and I loved both of them, and so I'm gonna be incorporating more of those into my 2021 reads. I'm also super interested in studying the Enneagram. And if you don't know what that is, maybe I'll make a video on it someday. But it is a personality typing system that's not as dumb as it sounds. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. If you know the Enneagram, I'm a 7 with an 8 wing. If you don't know the Enneagram, that's fine. Let's see what else here. I love bargain shopping. So if you are a part of Mike's Book Reviews Discord, you're gonna notice that I'm always posting books that I found for like $1 or $2. It goes way beyond books, guys. Like, I'm a bargain shopping monster. It's a problem. Like I said, I'm obsessed with audiobooks. One of my goals for 2021 is to actually read more books with my eyes because I am just addicted to audiobooks. They just click with my lifestyle and they click with my learning style as well. But I used to read a lot of books physically, and I want to train myself to get back into that more because I feel like I can absorb more if I can, get used to other mediums as well. But otherwise, I'm just typical nerdy stuff, you guys. I mean, I love Star Wars. I love Game of Thrones. Those are the good days. Anyway, so I wanted to go over a little bit about what to expect this channel to look like, because I'm not even going to call it a booktube channel because this is probably going to be somewhat more of a lifestyle channel for me. I probably will be making essential oil videos on here. I plan on I'm going to leave like an emoji or something that really will signify from the get-go what the video is going to be about. Like, if the title alone wasn't enough to clue you in, we'll use symbols. But I wanted a place where I could really organize my thoughts. Like I said, I teach about essential oils, and I've got a lot of classes that I love presenting, but because of 2020, I haven't been able to hit the road and teach classes as much, and I would love to have a place where all of my essential oil classes can be organized and cataloged and referenced whenever I need them or whenever somebody asks for them. So I am going to be uploading essential oil content and just wellness content in general, but I would imagine that the bulk of my content will be book related. I honestly don't even necessarily plan on doing tons of book reviews, just more talking about reading, if that makes sense. I'm not writing myself off when it comes to book reviews, but guys, there's so many good book reviewers out there, and there's only so many things you can say about a book without spoiling it. So at this point, I don't necessarily plan on doing tons of book reviews, but I do plan on having a lot of book content. If that makes sense at all, I don't know. Let's see. But again, the videos will be clearly marked. So if you're only here for essential oil content, you don't have to mess with those book videos. If you're only here for bookish stuff, you don't have to worry about the essential oil stuff. I'm not going to try to cramp your style. Okay, so I found some questions like the other booktuber people put together, and I thought I would answer some of these questions, and then I have some random facts about me. And then I'll just wrap it up. Maybe this will be a pretty short video. Okay, so the first question I'm asking myself is, how did you get into reading? My mom is my biggest influence when it comes to reading. I still remember that my mom would go to the library with this wagon. Like sometimes she'd use a laundry basket, and we had big canvas totes and stuff, but one time she literally took a wagon. And she would check out as many books as she could. She would max out her library card. And then she would max out our library cards too. Like totally take advantage of her children. She would max out all the family library cards. And she would get as many books as she could. And I think the due date is like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And she would read all of them in the course of that 2 or 3 weeks before she had to turn them back in. And I'm talking big old books. Like she read a lot of Michael Crichton, like this was the 90s. She read a lot of like Robin Cook and stuff like that. And I just remember her reading any chance she could get, but she had 5 little kids, and so it's not like she had tons of time to read, but I don't think she slept, because there would be days that she would just stay up all night long and read a book. And so obviously that was a huge influence on me. Also, she just always encouraged us to read. You know, it was one of those houses where if you said you were bored, you got told to go read a book. So she always encouraged us to read, and also she read out loud to us. And I think those are huge building blocks for influencing readers and raising readers, is for them to see you reading, to see books be important in your household, and just for your parents to encourage kids to read. So obviously my mom was the biggest influence. But honestly, I am new to reading in a way, because I read a lot when we first got married. I read, because we didn't have cable, we were super poor, we didn't have internet or cable, so I read a lot. I read a lot when I was a kid, but I stopped reading around the age of like 21, 22, and like after Twilight. Twilight ruined me, maybe. After Twilight, I stopped reading for a decade. And it wasn't until the final season of Game of Thrones, because I was so into Game of Thrones. I just loved it. I just loved it. It was so special to me. And, you know, season 7 came along, and I started getting nervous. Season 8 came along, and I was like, you're going to have to find a new hobby, because this isn't going to end well. So I was like, time to read Game of Thrones. So I read Game of Thrones. Sure enough, it left me with a massive void in my life. And so I moved on, and the first series I read after my departure with Game of Thrones was the First Law trilogy by Joe Abercrombie. And it sparked something, because I was like, okay, I'm on to something here. I got to get more. So I read a couple of other books, and then at the end of 2019, I binge read, aka listened to, The Wheel of Time. And then it's just been like, you know, the rest is history, because I have not stopped reading since then. 2020 was an incredible year of books for me, so I'm just really happy to be back, but I do still feel like I'm playing catch up with all these amazing books and amazing series that I just feel like I've wasted the last 10 years. I had to start a channel. Like I said, I wanted somewhere to organize my thoughts. I don't know, I thought it would be kind of fun, and I touch my hair a lot. That's a bad habit. Let's just get it out of our system right now. Okay. But mostly, here's the thing. I wanted to challenge myself and learn a new skill. So everyone who knows me from Discord knows that as soon as I talk about making a video, the first excuse I have not to is that I don't know how to edit. And the other day, I was just like, screw it, like learn how to edit. I typically shy away from things that I'm not naturally good at. Like if I can't sit down and immediately pick it up, I tend to be like, I can't do that. Well, that's stupid. But I go trying to challenge myself to learn a new skill. So that's a big part of it. I want somewhere to organize my thoughts. Like I said, my essential oil classes will be here. It is productive of me to record those and have those cataloged. But also, I really want to talk about books, and I want to have, people ask me about books because I'm so outspoken about the passion I've found in reading that I do get people that come up to me and ask kind of the same questions. I want to start reading fantasy. What should I start with? I really want audiobooks to work with me, but I'm having a hard time clicking with them. I'm a really, really busy mom. How do you find time to read? I find myself answering these questions a lot just naturally, and so it would be nice to have a video just ready to go, so that when people ask me questions, I can be like, well, funny thing you asked, I've already outlined all those answers. So yes, that's why I want to start a channel. Let's see. 2021 goals. I mentioned this once already too. My goal is to read more, like physical books with my eyes. Again, I'm never apologize for audiobooking. I think it's legitimate. I think it counts. I think it's not reading though. It counts. If you see a book and you audiobooked it, you can say like, yeah, I've read that, because the content still got in here. So does it really matter how you consume the content? Not really. But did you read it? No, you didn't read it. So I do want to read more. Like I said, I used to be able to sit down and just blaze through a book, and now I tend to get tired. So I want to do that not only for my own skill, but so that I can show people that it's something you can train yourself to do, because I do get that a lot. That is just not something I can do. And I like to kind of prove people wrong. So I am kind of in the phase of, man, as soon as I sit down to read, a lot of times I get so tired, and it's easy to catch yourself saying like, well, I just can't do that, or reading, my reading's not for me, I'm too tired, I'm too busy, I'm too old, too worn down. But I want to train myself to do it so I can prove other people wrong when I ask them to read a book and they say they can't. Yeah, but really, when it comes to my goals, this goes across the board with, creating YouTube content, my essential oils business, and then just like regular life, is that I really want to show up daily and be consistent. And anyone who knows me knows that consistency is a huge downfall for me. It's a weakness, and I can't stand that about myself. So I definitely want to be more consistent in all aspects of my life and show up and give 100%. Not 100%, at least 65% every day. So yeah, I think that this channel might push me, but also offer some accountability. Okay, so the last thing I prepared is 10 random facts about myself. This will be really quick. It's just for fun. These are things nobody asked. No one wants to know these things about me. But here you go. I love cleaning my ears with Q-tips. I love it. I know you're not supposed to, but I fucking love it. I prefer plastic silverware, okay? Especially when I'm eating dairy. I would never eat yogurt with a metal spoon. I was named after a mermaid. I am the oldest of 5 kids. I am an extrovert, but I love being at home. Can you be a total homebody and an extrovert? Yes, you can. Okay, I was on swim team when I was in middle school and some of high school, but I never went to a swim meet because I am not competitive at all, 0% competitive. I am a published author. Now, it's not what you think. It's not fiction. I don't write novels. Both of my books are essential oil books. Well, one's about essential oils, and one is about healthy living and toxin-free life. But yes, I'm a published author. I graduated from homeschool and I never went to public school. You may or may not be surprised by this. It may explain some things. I cannot whistle. I think it's physically impossible. I've been trying for 34 years-ish. Cannot do it. And I am not outdoorsy, not even a little bit. Like if you ask me to go on a hike or go camping or like fishing or something, it's just not in here. So don't ask. All right, I think that's it, you guys. I think the clipboard's gonna be a thing. Like I think I'm just gonna bring it to all my videos. Maybe I'll give it a makeover. Maybe it'll have like glitter or stickers on it next time. I don't know. But I thank you guys for watching, and maybe you'll come back for another. Have a great year. It is actually December 31st of 2020 while I'm recording this. So that means by the time you're watching this, it's going to be 2021. So I hope you have a great year. I hope you read lots of books, and I hope you enjoy my channel and learn some stuff. Bye.